So, Sal, unlike you, Mets hitting coach Eric Chavez told me before the season started, hey, I don't want to put any additional pressure on this guy, but Pete Alonso, he's about to have a really special season. And that was because there was a lot of optimism in the changes that Alonso made over the offseason. I'm talking about refining his swing mechanics, better usage of his hips, and secondly, focusing on chase rate. That's something that he's talked about in the past, but he really prioritized it this past offseason. And if you look at these numbers, Pete Alonso, he's not really excessively bad at chasing pitches, but when you compare him to the elite players in the game, the difference is that pitchers feel like they can get him to chase, and therefore they don't have to throw it over the middle of the plate, and therefore there's not a whole lot of those meatballs that Pete Alonso sends over to the seats for home runs. Now, these stats are eye-opening. That you love them if you're Pete Alonso, you love them if you're the Mets, but there's a lot of time left still before they stabilize. It may surprise some people, but you need about 100 plate appearances before those numbers really matter. He's at 25, so we got a few weeks to go, but the guy that we saw in Miami, when he's taking pitches for that big-time walk late in the game and he's hitting those home runs, that's the peak version that they saw in spring training. That's what got everybody excited, and I think it might be here to stay, Sal.
I agree with him. I think it is. Listen, I think partly this winter, him being letting people know that he is motivated to show people and showed maybe the Major League Baseball that they were wrong and didn't go after him. They didn't pursue him all that much. I think he didn't really admit this, but that pressure of going into your free agent year does weigh on guys. And I know he would never have said it affected him, but it seemed like it did watching him all last year. Like he was really trying to force things, trying to instead of letting the ball come to him, he was more chasing it, and you saw him chasing out of the zone. But he was also creeping out in front a little bit on fastballs and speeding up the pitcher a little bit. I thought over the weekend and recently that the walk was really good. The home run I thought was really vintage Pete, where he was fouling off a lot of tough pitches and then ended up waiting and finding that pitch that he can drive and ends up hitting the home run in center field. Like that to me is also part of Pete's game. Is it's not easy to fight off bad pitches or tough pitches, but he did, and he battled there and survived. And I thought that to me, when he's hitting the ball straight away center field with power, or like he did in the Grand Slam oppo, that's Pete Alonso, and that's a really good sign early.
And I think it's important to note that it's not just about the numbers. Yeah, it's great, the home runs. He also hit 34 home runs a year ago, or the year before where he hit 217, still hit over 40 home runs, 46 home runs. So it's not that. It's that he looks locked in. It's that he's going to right field. It's that he looks confident. You could see it in his face, not only at the plate, but also defensively as well. Danny, what would this version of Alonso mean to this Mets lineup?
By the way, did you actually say you were sorry? Did you use those words? I don't know if you said did you say I'm sorry?
We've got a long season of shows.
That's what apologies
require. If he keeps this up, believe me, I'll be on. Pete, I'm sorry, please. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, you said locked in. I wrote locked in down. You want to know why? 5 walks, 2 strikeouts so far this season. He's pacing the entire team. So to Will's point, the chase rate going down is going to be the difference maker. What does this mean if Pete gets back on track? It means the postseason. It means that this team is going to have a chance to fight for October. And not only that, when they get to October, Pete's going to do Pete things, right? He finds a way to come up clutch. To me, he has everything to lose this year, right? He wants to be a Met for life. That's not guaranteed with the way things are shaking out. So if he can continue to produce like this, when he does well, when he's hitting a lot of home runs, for example, he's also pacing the league in RBIs, right? He's that producer for the New York Mets. He's elite company. He is in the top 3 of everybody when he's able to have that kind of power. And if it's combined with chasing less, I mean, watch out. Is this a new version of Pete Alonso we're talking about, coming in to this whole new version of himself? I love it. So confident Pete means good things for the Mets.